Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you how to apply an HDRI environment as well as a set of PBR materials to our OpenStreetMap model of Epping in Victoria. So to get started, the first thing we need to do is we need to make sure that we've got our OpenStreetMap model generated from a utility such as plugins such as MapRoom 70, which I won't really need to go into because I've done a tutorial on it before. Well, there's plenty of tutorials out there, so all we want to focus on today is just applying the materials and the HDRI environment to our model. So to get started, we need to make sure our certain layers are turned off. So it's just a matter of simply making sure that basically all we want to show in the model is just the buildings and the roads. So with that being said, so the first thing we want to turn off is our OpenStreetMap or OSM blip, which comes up when to sort of indicate when your open OSM file is when MapRoom sort of generating the data. So, however, once it's generated, we don't really need to have it on. So all we need to do is just click, turn it off. So it's just all we want to have on from the default layer is just the map plane, the satellite terrain. And from the OSM data category, all we want to have left on is just the buildings, the heights, highways, routes, and railways. So we need to turn off everything except for it. As you can see, and at the moment we've just got pretty much once we've got those turned off, all we've got showing is just the roads, railway lines, and the buildings. So the next part of the video, we're going to be focusing on our materials. So to do that, the first thing we want to do is we want to go to a website such as Polyhaven in order to download a HDRI background. So what I'll do is I'll post a link below on the below in the description. Oh, not below on the video, sorry. And then from there, what we need to do is we need to click on Browse HDRIs. And preferably, because we're dealing with an outdoor environment, we want to click Outdoor. And because Epping is sort of on the outskirts, so sort of greenfield. So it's a greenfield environment. We sort of want to have something that's sort of nice. You sort of want to go for something that's sort of open yet dry. Given that it is sort of on the volcanic plain belt of Melbourne. So what we want to do is we want to try and find it. So it was we found a nice one before called Rolling Hills. Yep, there it is. And once we've decided on what we want, all we've got to do is just make sure. So first things first, first thing we want to do is we want to make sure that our resolution is set. So 2K preferably, which is full HD, and then our radiance environment to HDR. Then once we've got those selected, all we're going to do is just click on download. So once we've got our file downloaded, next part is that we're going to opening up our material editor, which is this little guy here. And then with our material editor open, where we can find it, I forgot where it is. There we go. What we want to do is we want to just basically drag in our environment onto the screen. Actually, no. Actually, what actually what we can do is, sorry about that. So basically all we want to do is just from materials and then down from maps, OSL and environment, we click on HDRI environment, and that will automatically bring up the open file dialog. And with our file in sort of, and then all we're going to do is just locate our file and then click select it, and then as you can see it's already brought it up. Or alternatively we can skip that step by just dragging it in and then closing the menu, and then just relinking the file by clicking the relinking the HDRI file by clicking the little button with the three circles and then locating it. And it's just a matter of just relinking it. So however, we're just going to focus on one for today, and then we'll just so we'll delete. We can delete one. So with our material HDRI material mapped in Slate Material Editor, what we need to do is, in order to get out onto the screen, we need to click on Environment, Rendering from the drop-down menu, and then select Environment. And then from there, just drag it. We just from the out node, we just drag it out, and then drag it out to our environment map from the environment and effects into the, which is like, so we drag it out into our environment map. Make sure to select instance, and then with that being said, we're pretty much closed. We can pretty much close the file, or pretty much close both folders rather. So it's basically in the thing now, and then all we're going to do is just zoom it out, and as you can see, we're pretty much got our file ready to go. So our HDRI background is pretty much inserted. So the next part of the video will be focusing on how to insert. So the next part will be focusing on how to insert our PBR materials. So in order to insert our PBR materials, we need to go into back into our material editor, and then select, and then from utilities we select our import PBR material option, and then from there, as you can see, I've already selected them, but we're going to do it again. So from there, all we're going to do is just click on import files, and then with our materials file already located, we just basically select the two different materials. So we've got our color, our roughness, and so basically the materials that we download are made up of three different components, that being the base color, which is the gold, our white, which provides a metallic finish, and our black, which is the roughness, which provides the rough finish. So we want to select all of them and then click on open. And then with the materials open in PBR, with that inserted, all we're going to do is just click on create two materials. Although when our materials are generated initially, they are allocated onto two different material slates. So our metallic and rough finishes are on one, while the color is located on another. So what we want to do is we want to just reroute this, our map number 4, which is our metalness, to the metalness located on this with the base color, and then our roughness to the same as well, so the roughness onto the top, and then all we're going to do is just delete that. And then from there, it's just basically simply a matter of just dragging it out onto the material, onto our buildings. And we can close, and once that's done, we can close our material editor. And that's how you do pretty much, and then from there, as you can see, we've got our materials pretty much inserted. And that's all there is, pretty much there is to it. So hope you've enjoyed the tutorial, and thank you for watching.